Coming up on Newswatch 12 at 6, we are live at an active crime scene. Shots fired near Hawthorne Park. We'll share the most up-to-date details on this active investigation. And today you need a real ID to travel. We spoke with those in line at security who need that star on their driver's license.
And a weak system moving through today increased our winds and cloud coverage. Tomorrow will be even brighter and those warm temperatures continue. I'll have more details for you coming up.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Newswatch 12. Breaking news.
We begin with breaking news tonight. Police are wrapping up their investigation on a shooting near Hawthorne Park. Thanks for joining us tonight for Newswatch 12 at 6. I'm Haley Gravitt. Let's take a look at this map. You can see the exact location of where that investigation is taking place, just south of Hawthorne Park. The shooting investigation caused 8th and Main Street to close down while police were working the crime scene. Main Street has since reopened, but 8th Street remains closed right now. And we were the first to break this news on the ongoing investigation, and Newswatch 12 Sam Kadera is joining us live on scene. Sam, last we checked in with you, MPD told you that they have a suspect in custody.
Yep, Haley, that's right. They do have a person of interest in custody. They were looking and they were able to locate them. And, you know, even though they do have that person of interest in custody, this is still an active scene. You can see the police tape right behind me, as well as more detectives actually just recently pulled up. I'm going to take a step behind so you can see the active crime scene as well. But it was much active earlier as MPD had multiple units on both sides of Hawthorne Park, as well as canines out looking. MPD has yet to release names, as well as an update on when 8th Street between Riverside and Main will reopen. And there is no active threat to the public as we know, but they will continue to investigate, and I will continue to bring those updates. But for now, I'm Samantha Kadera reporting live in Medford.
Sam, thank you. And over in Grants Pass, a SWAT team standoff resulted in an arrest of a man hiding in a crawl space. According to police, he threatened to kill a woman with a knife, attempting to stab her and then spray her with pepper spray. These are pictures of the moment 51-year-old Barney Clem was arrested, seen in orange here. This followed a 3-hour search from SWAT, shooting off multiple canisters of irritant. Clem is now at the Josephine County Jail facing numerous charges, including menacing, unlawful use of a weapon, and third-degree escape. And a boater was arrested for driving under the influence in Lost Creek Lake. Jackson County Sheriff's Office deputies arrested a 55-year-old man last night for boating under the influence of intoxicants and recklessly endangering. Although this incident ended safely, alcohol use remains the leading known contribution factor in recreational boating fatalities. The priority for JCSO is to take immediate action to remove impaired boaters who pose a risk to themselves or others. And with another dangerous wildfire season looming, Oregon is stepping up its defenses. Governor Kotek joining wildfire and emergency leaders today to highlight statewide efforts in place. Agencies plan on using high-tech detection tools and community readiness grants. The Oregon Department of Forestry now uses aircraft and cameras to catch fires early, and last year it kept 93% of its fires under 10 acres.
Preparedness is going to help us reduce damage and cost and impact on our communities, and now is the time to do that.
Last year's fire season was Oregon's worst on record. More than 1.9 million acres burned in nearly 2,000 wildfires. Officials say 2025 could bring more heat and dry conditions. Kotek signed a proclamation naming May Wildfire Awareness Month. The state fire marshal has deployed 76 new engines and 1,000 extra firefighters. Officials say early detection and community action are key to protecting lives and property in what's expected to be a hot and dry summer. And residents of Ashland should prepare to see and smell smoke tomorrow through Saturday. A controlled burn of 86 acres starts tomorrow at 10 a.m. If you're in town, you'll likely have some smoke impacts. More information on this controlled burn can be found on our website, kdrv.com. Now let's check in with meteorologist Sarah Kress to see what our conditions are looking like for us. It was another nice day for us today.
Yeah,
Sarah.
pretty nice for us today across the region. We did have a bit more cloud coverage for us, breezy winds as well over towards the coast, so the potential to see some drizzle. But overall, we're going to be still staying on the drier end even as we're working our way through tonight. But those current temperatures, we're at 76 into Medford, 69 to Klamath Falls, cooler along the coast, 55 at Gold Beach, Mount Shasta, 68 degrees. That cloud coverage kept us from getting a little bit too warm for us today, but we still had a high of 81 into Medford. But for tonight, temperatures will drop down for us. We'll be into the 40s areas inland, a little bit chillier over east side into the 30s for us. But we'll see some of that clouds begin to clear. Could see some low-level clouds develop areas into our west side valleys. But besides that, they should be clearing out for us tomorrow. And it is going to be shaping up to be another warm and bright day. Lots of sunshine to go around for us. And we'll be trying again to get up into the 80s for us. We have a high of 82 into Medford, Grants Pass. Brookings will still be on the cooler side over to the coast with 62 for your high. East side into the upper 70s. And we'll see the 80s as working into Northern California. Now in the days ahead, we are expecting the nice weather to continue. So we'll continue tracking that pollen as well as you're heading outside. But coming up in our next forecast, I'll go into a bit more details we can expect through the weekend because we are in for some changes.
Sarah, thank you. And right now, the Ashland Parks and Recreation Commissioners are holding a meeting to discuss the challenges the city's general fund is facing. Now, this comes after contention in the community regarding possible budget cuts and a failed effort to get a park fee. They'll be looking into ways to fund operations in the short and long term. We'll have more information for you coming up tonight at 11. And a new 40,000 square foot federal courthouse is coming to Medford. You're looking at mock-ups of that building right now. For 20 years, it'll house the federal district and federal magistrate court. It's also expected to house offices for both U.S. senators and the U.S. Marshal Service, probation officers, and the U.S. Attorney's Office. It's expected to start building next year, finishing in the end of 2027. Catholic cardinals are gathering to elect a successor to Pope Francis, who died last month. The first vote cast today. So far, no new pope. Patrick Revel has more.
Black smoke over the Sistine Chapel. The sign the first vote of the conclave produced no pope. Rome police confirming at least 30,000 people gathering in St. Peter's Square to watch. This was the moment the conclave began. The great doors of the Sistine Chapel shut.
Sic Medeus adiuvet.
Just before, under Michelangelo's 500-year-old frescoes, each of the 133 cardinals stepped forward to swear an oath of secrecy. The famous Latin phrase,
extra omnes.
Everybody out. Then the chapel cleared. One of these cardinals will leave the conclave as Pope. Before entering, New York's Cardinal Timothy Dolan posting a last message to social media.
And I'm about ready to go into the Domus Sancta Marta. So this could be the last time I talk to you in a couple of days. I don't know how long the conclave will be.
In the morning, the cardinals joined a mass in St. Peter's Basilica. Cardinal Ray leading it, saying the Pope is being chosen at a difficult turning point in humanity's history.
Per implorare la sua luce e la sua forza.
This is the most diverse conclave in history. 80% of cardinals appointed by Francis, many more drawn from outside Europe. The world speculating, could it produce the first Asian or African pope? Now the waiting has begun for white smoke.
It would have been very unexpected if they had chosen a pope tonight in the first round of voting. Most conclaves go on for 2 or 3 days. From tomorrow they will be voting 4 times until they can reach a 2/3 majority for a new pope. Patrick Revel, ABC News, Rome.
And after years of delay, the full enforcement of Real IDs started today. Travelers are required to use a Real ID or another acceptable form of ID to board domestic flights and enter certain federal buildings. Tuesday, Homeland Security Secretary told Congress on a hearing that if you don't have a Real ID, there will be extra steps to board the plane to verify your ID. Some travelers like Bradford and Trent did not have their Real ID today.
Travel with a passport. I think the passport's better. U.S. passport can't get any better than that.
Just very packed, like many people. I don't think it should take longer than like 35 minutes usually to get all your stuff.
Trent Lucas has been avoiding the DMV, saying that it's been too packed to get a real ID. So here are some other forms of identification that you can use that will help you get to that plane on time. Just weeks after a powerful rowing fundraiser captured the hearts across the Rogue Valley, the community is rallying for William yet again, this time with water buckets. Newswatch 12's Damian Alvarado is a part of this fundraiser, getting some water dunked on him for buckets for Breakthrough. Damian, it's a nice and warm day today, so a bucket of water may not feel so bad, huh?
Hey, we are here at the Buckets for Breakthrough for William, who has Duchenne muscular dystrophy. If you were following our coverage last week when we were at the Lake Creek Spill-Off, and we followed that 157-mile journey, well, now $50 per bucket getting dumped on a group of volunteers, all for a good cause. One of the teachers here has already 38 buckets catered to him. This is all in partnership with the Southern Oregon Children's Museum. Woo. Woo. That's ice cold. I was not ready for that. I got a little extra. Woo. This is happening until 7:30 p.m. Live music, tacos, all for a great cause. You can head to our website, kdrv.com, for more. And William's story is there. So if you want to donate money to him, every dollar counts. Live in Medford, I'm David Alvarado.
Always expect the unexpected, Damian. And All Care Health and the Community of Jackson County Advisory Council have granted $50,000 to the Rogue Valley Growers and Crafters Market. The funding will introduce $10 protein bucks for SNAP EBT customers. The vouchers will improve access to local protein, rich foods at the markets for Medford and Ashland's locations. More information on the Rogue Valley Crafters and Growers Market can be found on our website, kdrv.com. I want to watch that video of Damian again. That was so much fun, but still